Greetings, one and all. This is Fear. Welcome to my podcast, broadcast on PlayStation 4. You will be experiencing the Technomancer.
At the source of all
This is
life,
part 1.
there is water. On Mars, where it is rare, water is a source of conflict, struggle, and death. Since the turmoil, there have been unending wars, fought over the possession of clean water. We are the forgotten children of Earth, trapped in this red, barren wasteland. Here, hell is not a concept, it's our reality. And the reality is that every drop counts. Then there were the unfortunates, caught in the full power of the sun's radiation, forced to deform, mutate into unrecognizable monsters. The others, the ones who remained similar to our ancestors in likeness, hid under massive metal shells, governed by water corporations. But in the slums, people's lives aren't worth much more than the mutants. And I would know. That's where I spent the first 10 years of my life, under the boot of the Vori. Of course, in despair, there is hope. Some have begun to explore, travel even, from corporation to corporation, leaving their loyalties behind. We have organization, structure, and inevitably, politics. We have rulers, a people's assembly, and far removed from us, the Dowser, the inaccessible face of abundance. And finally, there's us, the elite protectors of the people, the spearhead of the army, my brothers and sisters who all share the same special gift. We are Technomancers.
Obviously, you can customize your appearance, your talents, and I think I'll go with a different type of hair. Close cropped like a soldier. Tan. Yeah, that looks good. Nah. Looks good. Here you can choose whichever one you want. Yeah, let's see. I went with science once before when I played this game a while back. It wasn't too bad. But it didn't give me much of what I wanted. I'll go with traps and lock picking this time. And I think I'll go with strength this time.
Sakurai?
Scott, you came.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. Sure, my memory isn't what it... But I remember to write things down on my calendar. Though I do sometimes forget where my... Anyhow, I knew your last cadet mission was today. Any nerves? If it's any consolation, you look more than fit enough.
No, I'm good. I'm ready.
Yes, healthy flush of skin, no rapid eye movement. You don't look stressed out. Very well, I won't bother you anymore. Oh, but if I can bother you, just a moment. I recently acquired a batch of materials that can improve your gear. It's not much, but I thought you'd like it. Still can't believe you're going to be an officer soon.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, Scott. It means a lot.
Ah. I fear we've dilly-dallied on pleasantries. Your master, Sean, waits for you in the courtyard. So stiff, that one. I fear his spine is concocted from steel. A spine prosthetic. How interesting. What if... Oh, and stop by the clinic and come shoot the chit-chat. No, that's not... Just don't be a stranger. If you feel ill or need a hand, come see me. I'm always glad to help. Good luck, my boy.
Thank you, Scott. Will do. I promise.
And then we can run around and do whatever we want. I don't usually use the Tontos or maces. I prefer the staffs. The damage upgrades are more beneficial than anything else. Especially on here. If you really want to get a good weapon, the staffs are probably your best bet.
Fucking Mancers. Every time they come around, something new is broken. I fix it, they break it again. I fix it, they break it worse. I'm a modern fucking Sisyphus tasked with pissing in the ocean.
And there's the reason for the disclaimer. It isn't just me that swears here. It's these fucking NPCs. They also swear on here. So, don't yell at me. It's actually the makers of the games down here.
Oh shit.
Zachariah, today, as you know, marks your final mission as a cadet. I trust you are prepared.
Of course, Master. Ready, willing, and able.
And a little nervous. Normal and expected. That's why I have gathered together your usual instructors to allow you to warm up and prepare. It's for you to ace the tests for each fighting technique. Prepare yourself. And once you are ready, join me at the station. From there, a train will take us to the mission site.
Thank you, Master.
And from here you can do different styles of combat training. It's optional. But in order to learn the game to its fullest, you really should check out each and every one. You can talk to Master Connor. You can talk to the soldier. Or this soldier. Each one actually teaches you a different basic of combat. Or you can talk to this soldier.
Please let me in. It's imperative I speak to someone in charge.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but no civilians are allowed in the barracks. If you have a question, you're gonna need to say it.
Just, please. I'm Corporal Tyron's wife. He should have been back home yesterday, but someone must know where he is. What's happened to him? Please.
Ma'am, I have no idea. If you got a letter, I can pass it along. Other than that, though, you gotta go.
Personally, there's only two forms of combat that I use when I play, and that's the staff.
If you would like to practice your technomancy techniques or care to do some staff training, I have time.
I'm always honored to learn what you have to teach.
And the other is the guardian, which is the use of the shield and the hammer.
I'd advise you to not try anything.
And these guys, you can just keep attacking, and you won't really kill them. You'll just keep going and going and going.
Who the hell swapped out my soldiers for you shit sticks? Get it together, now! Focus! On the target! You hearing me?
Would you care to fight again?
A little brush up on my technique could never hurt.
Indeed. Remember to attend to your surcharge risk.
But if you train in each one, you can actually get a achievement.
Would you care to fight again?
I would love to. Another time, Master. Thank you.
Of course. Keep in mind, a well-trained staff can be quite formidable. And as you know, the control over our technomancy is what makes us unique.
And here's the soldier I was talking about with the shield and the hammer.
How about a little self-defense training?
Sure, why not?
That's the spirit. Here we go.
I'd advise you to not try anything.
Care to go again?
Maybe later.
Your call. You're gonna wish you had some good defensive training, though, when you find yourself in trouble.
And last is this guy.
Want to test your skills with a knife and a gun? Not really in the rule book, so if you do, you need to be discreet.
Let's do it.
I don't really usually have a call for this one.
go again.
It's just a little too light for my tastes. I prefer my playstyle is right up in the face, as you'll see in some of my later views.
Hey, heard from Captain Sean you're heading out to the station. You leaving now?
Yep, already ready.
Stop right there. We're conducting a search.
Look at this piece of shit. Well, what do we have here? Well, trash seems lost, don't it? You forget we don't want your kind around here, trash. Move your sorry ass out of here, or you find yourself bleeding from both ends. I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to speak. Did I? You useless piece of shit. Why would I want to hear what you have to say? Waste of space. Please, I just... Shut your mouth and just fucking die. The corpse will feed the rats. At least then you'd have a purpose.
Such a waste of life. A waste of space. Am I right? A rogue is a sack, right? You can dress him up, but...
Zachariah, we're leaving. Certain people are graduating to the rank of officer today. It does you well to serve only contempt to one worthy of nothing more. That is good. And with that, we should be off.
And that is a lesson well learned for some of us in America here.
Look, Zach, we are heading for the dome. It was built by the first settlers, a relic itself.
And what's there for us?
According to reports, looters, who in our interest, it would be best to keep out of the dome. Zachariah, do you remember your first lesson?
On the scarcity of life?
Indeed, the very one. Kill a fellow unfortunate and, in this hell, only the more alone we will become. Disable the looters, but spare their lives.
And please give me a moment. I am actually in the middle of doing something real fast. Sorry about that. You know, there are actually some Americans that I wish I could actually do this to. And it's not because they are black or white. It's actually because they feel that they are better than others, that they are entitled, that just because somebody is different, they are a threat.
Take note that enemy
It is just stupidity and bigotry. My own point of view.
There are looters gathered at the dome's entrance. A lot of them. But they're not equipped to be more than a nuisance.
Take care nonetheless, Zachariah. That guard there, separated from his group. Sneak on him and the battle will be easily won.
Alright, let's see what can I upgrade. That looks good. And don't forget when you're playing this game that when you look around, you can actually find a lot of stuff. And loot everything that you can find. And by the way, serum on this game is like dollars. What you get from searching or draining, it's how you pay for things. Or you can use it or whatnot. But if you drain it from people, you get a bad ending to the game.
Sometimes I wonder if initiating you is the right thing to do.
What do you mean? Am I not ready?
No, you're ready, Zachariah. With that, there is no doubt. I worry about you and care for your happiness. Once you become a Technomancer, there's no going back. You lose your freedom. From the moment our abilities are brought into this door, it is the same as that in our chapel. Accessible only to the combined energies of 2 Technomancers. Here lies the entrance, and beyond, the main room, where we must go.
Now, I won't ruin the surprise for you guys. There is,
Knowledge, Zach.
well, there are bosses in this game, and they are a pain to beat if you haven't played it before, or watched somebody beat it.
I remember well the first time I came here. Fascinating. I really thought I was part of an elite. I've become disillusioned since then. If all this knowledge indeed gives us some sort of power, we're still faced with so many obstacles that we can't do anything with it. It's more of a danger for us than a tool.
There's actually a lot more to this game than you might think. It's a lot of political and, well, a lot more than anything I ever thought before I actually played the game. And everything on this actually changes. Like the different materials you actually pick up in boxes, the different places the boxes can be found. They're just constantly changing. That's why I keep going back to different places to see if they're in different places that I've seen them in.
Activate it and heed its words.
Will do.
Witness registration, March 17th, 2076. Subject 12. The subject appears acclimatized, pulse elevated but steady, unaffected by any visible health concerns. James, how do you feel?
Great! So alive! My heart's racing, and I feel like I take on the world. And I'm being honest here, it's a bit overwhelming.
Subject self-report is consistent and substantiated with our measurements of human other subjects, all of whom produce EEGs indicating activity levels acutely higher than any ever associated with a human not subjected to the mutation. The only adverse side effect, it appears, is the near tenfold increase in corporeal and cerebral electricity. dangerous levels that would necessitate the urgent invention of a device capable of evacuating such surplus in order to avoid subject injury.
This man talking about technomancy, about mutations, as if I can't believe.
And yet it still might be so. This recording dates to the first settlers. Speaks of the first Technomancers. Shocking, perhaps? Where did you think our abilities came from? A divine power?
I don't... but we have no physical signs of mutation, and I don't know any mutant that has our gifts.
And why should any of those things matter? Might not our mutation simply be of a different form? This brings us to the most important point. What you have seen unifies us. Unifies the Technomancers. This secret must be kept from all other humans. If this information was discovered by, say, the ASC, we would become nothing but slaves. Our situation is already incredibly undesirable. We are not only isolated, but used as human bombs. Take a walk by the mutant pen in the slums one day. That is what our lives could have been. Don't be dismayed. I have been through this as well. So have all the other Technomancer officers in abundance. Knowledge of this revelation makes you one of us now. More so than your skills. But now is time to deal with the creatures infesting the dome. It would be a real shame if the installations here are damaged, for we will no longer be able to hold initiation trials here.
Yes. Yes, of course, Master. I haven't found an opening yet, so they must have breached lower in the dome.
Then that's where we must go. I will divert the attention.
And for now, people, I will end this here and bid you all a very good day.